Right, let's get started. So, you just leveled to 257. Congrats. You're still on the Wild Hunter, I assume?
Yeah, the Wild Hunter.
All right, so how are things going? It's looking like a very nice first item. Is that a preparation for what's to come?
Sort of, I guess. Still work to be done, but
Mm-hmm.
I have like a general idea of what I have planned, so maybe I can like go through that and you tell me what you think.
Yep, sure. We can start there.
Yes, well, my main plan is to like prepare for Neo, because I want to be playing like that content when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so obviously getting to like 265 plus.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to prioritize that over like muscle farming because I do have a Kona.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sort of limited by totems, obviously, because I don't have another computer.
Yep.
Um, and then I guess for like gear progression, cubing, I have my belt that I want to get to at least 27%, and then I think after that everything will be either like 27% plus. So it'll probably be rolling for 3-line attack on the emblem and secondary.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
My
the
secondary is
maybe the
pretty good,
weapon,
so
right?
emblem first. What was that?
Maybe the weapon as well, since it's a
Yeah,
30 attack.
weapon's not
Yeah.
3-line, but it
Mm-hmm.
does have the like 30 buffs and then 2-line.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, yeah, 3-line for that one as well.
That's good flame though. That compensates a little bit.
Yeah, I tried like reflaming a couple times, trying to get like a tier 7 attack, but didn't manage to do that.
Not very common, no.
No. I know for in terms of flaming, right now what I'm flaming is my superior belt, so that's where all my flames are going. And
Okay.
um, yeah, I think after that though, it would probably be my cape. I think power flame.
For flames?
Yeah, I'm looking at
Um,
flames. Probably cape or glove is where I'd start. Or actually, I think my top might be a bit worse.
yeah, so, yeah, from what I saw so far, the top and then the bottom is like right after it, I think. Those definitely have some. Well, yeah, you're gonna look at about a 10 stat difference, right, between the CRA stuff and the Abso stuff on what you're aiming for. So if the glove is 94
Hmm.
and the pants are 84, like it's all very close.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
think most of my gains are still gonna come from star forcing. Everything's 20 other than the my Sweetwater pendant, my eye accessory, and my face accessory.
What is it? Pennant was 19 and the Iron Face are at.
They're both at 17.
Oh, okay, so the eye face is where, yeah, that's the next big star forcing project, I guess, for the
Yeah.
17.
I think I boomed like 5 or 6 times on my face accessory.
Mm,
Just going for
yep.
like I don't even think I saw 18 and it boomed that many times.
That's
Which was
unfortunate.
yeah, it was rough.
Mm-hmm. Thank God it's not an item that's like time gated and that you need to farm for, right?
Hmm. Well, I mean, yeah, exactly.
Like the CRA then doesn't boom and then this one you boom six
Uh-huh.
times. Is typical. And the
My eye
CRA was like,
accessory,
yeah.
um, I'd probably wait for a pack mark before starting it anymore. Like 17.
Um, yeah, that's up to you. Yeah, I think you can. I think it's pretty safe to go, but yeah, if you just send it and then you get a pet mark right after, then that's always gonna feel really bad. So
Hmm.
yeah, so the tattoo is like the main target. Are you also
Yeah,
considering
that's
going for
true.
like 2.5 line on except for the belt, but also maybe like the hat and the tattoo?
Um, oh, like re-rolling the 27% there.
Yeah, and maybe the pants.
Yeah, I think
Right.
eventually like that would be the next keeping thing after the.
Yeah.
Or would you say I re-roll those over going for 3-line on the emblem, or because I know like 3-line is like just
Mm.
ridiculously expensive, but
Yeah, it is expensive for sure. Although 3-line emblem is somewhat doable. Wait, where's the emblem? Okay, here. Yeah, no, emblem would be over that because even if you hit an ID line or even just like a dex stat line or something, those are all still
yeah.
gains you can make on the emblem. So there are definitely
Mhm.
more outs, or you can hit a 12-12 with with like a 6 all stat or something. Like those would all be. There's quite a lot of outs for the emblem still to be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Star Force wise, yeah, you can safeguard your exorcist to 17. But the main
That's
thing will
something I
be,
haven't gone around to do.
I would probably not work on the Star Force of any of your Abzo. I probably just keep that where it is.
Yeah, I'm debating with my app, so what I should do. That's why I have it like last on my priority list. I'm gonna get through I want to get the face and pendant to 20, and then go for 22 CRA and then 22 Golux.
Yeah. If you're aiming for 22 Galaxy, then that's the thing. Personally, I think 21 is enough, and aim for.
Yeah, I'd go 21 everything and then
Yeah.
drop it to 22.
Like CRA, I would pop to
I would be taking
22.
everything.
You could consider revisiting the superior ring. That's like 1
For
star extra.
Okay, yeah. I see.
Yeah, so either like trying to pop a 20 to 21, and then if it fails, make another Meister ring, or make the other Meister ring and then do it guaranteed. But 20 to 21 does work often. So the problem is, of course, like if it fails, you'll have to buy a new one, and then you have a 12 star that you're holding on to for a while if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And
I haven't bought any early Golux accessories since the revamp, so I have a decent amount of coins saved up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same for the Sweetwater stuff. I have almost like 9,000 commercial dinero saved, so hopefully that should be enough to get me to where I want to be.
Did you maintain Meister on Crafter?
No, I didn't. I gave up on that. I have an extra Meister and crafted, and I could get there pretty easily. It's just I figured I didn't really need to. I was just gonna like Star Force the superior ring itself rather than transferring.
Yeah, because if you have enough coins, then at that point you could just start like banking up superiors, I guess. Get like at least one extra one, and then in the week of the Star Forcing, maybe have the access to like a third one, something like that.
Yeah, I should start to think about that for the next 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, because the resets Tuesday to Wednesday, so that you can at least have at least one backup, but maybe two, and then if you don't need it, it's whatever, I guess. Because I think
superior earrings and well, my pendant's 21, and I still have backups. And then the earrings, which is 20 star, I also have some back. I think I have enough backups. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but
yeah, I guess then you don't.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about those though.
Yeah, it's like a 1 in 3 chance to boom it, I guess. Odds are in your favor, but yeah, you can tell by the percentiles. Like 75% chance get it to within 750, and then 85% chance within 3.3 bill, because that's when you have to start all over.
Yeah.
Median cost 250, average cost 2.5 bill. That's where there's like a huge difference.
Interesting.
And then there's one guy booming it 8 times and having a really bad time. And spending 52 bill. Just to get to 21. Poor guy. Yeah, if you're looking for 22, then you have like an average boom of 1.5.
I'd probably just get to 21 on everything and then sort of make my way to 22.
Yeah, CRA is like relatively risk-free. It's just sending it.
Yeah, CRA I'm not too worried about.
So many backups.
Surprised I haven't gone around to like tapping it to 22 yet, but I don't really want to boom anything if I don't have to, you know.
Exactly, and you're probably at the point where you can kill everything, so it's more for min-maxing purposes than for really needing the damage, right?
In terms of bossing content, I'm sort of clearing everything like that I'd like to be clearing. The next steps for me would be to like Chaos Dark Knell, Chaos Gloom, and then Black Mage.
Yeah, that's kind of where I
think is like a pretty big step from where I'm at right now.
What's the hardest thing you've killed so far? Have you done normal Gloom and Dark Knell?
Yeah, I can solo normal Gloom and Dark Knell. And then Vihilla I clear with the party.
Okay. You're a little bit ahead of me then. Haven't done Verse Hilla yet.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, probably the first few times probably pretty crazy figuring all the stuff out, but then
Oh yeah,
once you
yeah.
get it done, it's kind of like
I think
hard will in the
the
beginning.
hard will for sure is it's a lot of fun though, in my opinion. I like the bossing content in this game.
That's good. I sell back rubs? No, I think you should. I have backups. I'm pretty sure. All right. Yeah. Okay. So the general order. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of like in terms of getting to the point where I can start running like these other bosses. One, obviously, I have to level,
Mhm.
and then I'm not sure if like the Abso will push me to that point, even at like 22 stars. So I'm not sure if I should try and go over 20 or should I like start transitioning to arcane gear or whatnot.
I'll keep
Sort of like,
I'll keep the Abzu at 20 and then start transitioning and start looking out. Have you gotten any drops so far?
no, I haven't got a single drop.
Oof. And have you been running for a while?
Yeah, I've been running every week for just about 6 months.
That's a yikes. Have you seen some other party members at least getting some drops, or is it like the whole run
Yeah,
cursed or something?
yeah. I so I'm in every party I run with. It's like I'm the only one there that hasn't got anything.
Cool. Wow, we're having seeing some similarities. I mean, I've gotten some drops, but then you get all the useless ones, or you get like an overall from Will or something. Or,
Yeah, the only thing I've gotten is a Abso shoulder and a Abso weapon.
yeah, that's not very useful. Um, but you have a bunch of droplets saved then probably, right? If you're just on one character.
Yeah,
And you have the
yeah,
Kana.
I've got money.
How many are we talking? Like 200, 300?
Oh, okay, not at that point. For Lucid, I have 120, and then Will, I have 75.
Okay. Did
Which
you buy?
I know you'll end up being limited by the like those boss droplets if you actually start going past 17 on the arcane stuff.
Oh, you mean how many times you've killed the boss?
Well, I guess yeah, because if you start booming a lot, you know, it
Yeah.
takes up half of your droplets there and just like a couple booms.
Yeah, that can go well, especially for the weapon, right? Typically, you don't
Yeah.
want to like go above on the weapon unless you have weapon backups, and then the
Mhm.
other items are a bit easier to replace because they only cost half the droplets on both sides, and kind of the gains you make past 15 are very similar with all the pieces of equip. So, the weapon is actually historically people are like, oh, weapon is the most important piece, but with how many stats you gain, past 15, it actually makes more sense to risk the other ones first over the weapon unless you have backup drops.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be crafting another weapon. I'd just like wait for drops and go from there.
Yeah, makes sense.
I just don't
Have
think
you
it's worth it.
bought out the droplets from this shop already?
Yeah, I did. For the Arcane River droplets, I'm at 75, and then
Yeah.
the Stone Origin droplets, I'm at 114.
That's from the bosses?
No, those are the droplets you farm.
Oh, okay, okay. 75 and 114. Okay. So you could get one equip. Neo will have 100 of each.
Oh, 100 of each?
Yeah, there's two shops that each have 50-50.
Are they 50 mil each again?
Yeah, same
Per
price.
droplet?
Looks like it,
Oh,
yeah.
man. So that'll be another like 10 bill
Yep.
gone.
Easy 10 mil.
It's kind of frustrating though, because I feel like I could have gotten to the point where I'm clearing the same bosses I'm clearing right now, just at like 17 star episode.
Yeah, probably.
And or at least like obviously not as strong as I am now, but similar and same boss content. Whereas now I'm like I spent all this muscle on my episode and I end up having to transition to arcane in anyways if I want to like end up clearing black mage and stuff.
I mean, you can do black mage with Abzo gear if you're like 22
Yeah.
star. If all the other stuff is upgraded, all of your potentials get on point. The main thing will be getting Oz rings and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just something I'm not really willing to do, to be honest. I don't really want to do the Oz content.
Just yeah, the extra damages from the ring bursts. Just there's nothing else that really can compare to that. Any other upgrade that you can make, even if you go.
Sorry, especially as a wild hunter where my lines don't necessarily hit too big. It's more like the amount of lines. It's it helps a lot for for wild hunters.
Yeah, how's that new 4th V? How's that?
I like it a lot. I mean, it's another button to press, but I think it's just about 10% of my burst, which is a good amount.
You can't do anything else while you're holding it down, right?
Yeah, I can spam my other skills, the Jaguar skills, and the like grenades you shoot out.
Okay, okay. Oh yeah, the grenades you can kind of spam with almost everything else, which was
Yeah,
very
yeah,
interesting for me to
everything.
learn.
Yeah, it's mashing like four buttons at the same time while holding down one usually is how the bursting goes for this character, or this class.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of learning for me to do because it's very different than a lot of other characters how they play.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's a lot of like dotting the i's, crossing the t's. So familiar wise, you're at what is it,
Yeah, I'm
40
pretty happy
boss?
with what I'm at with familiars. I was like fortunate enough to farm some boogies while that was still a thing.
Mm-hmm. This one's very nice.
And I had like 2,000 saved up, and I just sort of went through them like last week, got
Mm-hmm.
everything sorted. Because I didn't like really know the best approach to go, but I think I figured it out.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Even now with the other ones that we farm in like Limina.
You still have the old spider as well, and the snail
Yeah,
for healing and stuff.
the spider and the snail. I don't use the snail for healing. I used one of the boogies
Yeah,
there.
looks like 20 IED on top seems better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so nah, that's a really good setup. The only thing would be to, yeah, I guess they'll level over time, but like the ones that are specifically for bossing, if you level those, then they'll have more defense, right? So they'll drain your bar a
Hmm.
little bit more slowly.
Yeah.
Might be less likely to, if you're gonna train and boss on the same day, then you're less likely to run out and need the energy if they're leveled. But aside from that, it looks like a really solid setup. That's that scratch thing. That's a new skill. No glaring oversight here. I don't know how good decent combat orders is for you.
The attack speed doesn't actually affect me at all.
Hmm. And there's like not enough of a multiplier of your existing skills in fourth job to really make it worth.
I think eventually it's something I would throw in just to have it, but right now I don't think it really changes all that much.
No, that's pretty much the only thing you would add, right? Maybe permanent holy symbol.
Yeah, and I guess the like the Nova and Will of whatever the other skills that I keep
Oh yeah, for
forgetting.
black mage, I think you need that one, right? Like Erd as well.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, as well. Yeah. Yeah. So the plan order would be a few potentials, then the Star Force event, then potential on the emblem, and then um, another round of potentials for everything that's not 2.5 line at least, with some of the Abzo equips and the pants, I guess. That'd be the
Yeah.
general
So
order.
I guess yeah, my pants are also at 24. I didn't realize that. So it'd be belt and then pants, I guess.
Yeah, and then like, what is it? Hat and
Um, Golux or the what is it? The monocle.
yeah,
The face
head and then the
accessory.
monocle. Yeah. Yep.
Are both of them.
Yep.
Or face accessory first.
Mm-hmm. Then would be 3 on all of those. That's what, 5 items, so 15% dex, and
Yeah,
then
not
hopefully
all that
something.
much, and I know it's gonna cost me a lot.
Yeah. Well, maybe you get lucky and you get an actual full 3 line. You know.
Yeah, I have a lot of the 2.5 lines, which is kind of annoying.
And then would be the heart probably, because even though the heart is not full 3 line, that one is way cheaper to roll 3 line on than the other stuff.
Okay.
You have way fewer junk lines, so the heart would be something to consider as well. Falls into the same category as the badge. So the badge could for 3 line would also be relatively cheap, way cheaper than going for 3 line on the other stuff.
Hmm.
So badge and heart is an option there if you have money left over, if there's some kind of crazy cube sale or whatever.
Yeah, I think in general I'd prioritize the Star Forcing over QB.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially on the tattoo, like way more
Yeah,
gains
a
to be made
tattoo.
there. Yep.
Yeah, I'll just like get it to 19, so it's the same point as the pendant, and then sort of go back and forth.
Yep. Just like frog leap them one at a time.
Yeah. Hopefully I can see 20 this time on at least one of them.
I hope so. So you sound a little
Yeah,
bit
that
demoralized
20
about that. Like,
yeah, I just knew like the Sweetwater was gonna be a pain to begin with, and it is proven to be a pain. So
yeah, usually what happens to me is like we'll blow up the CRA equips like once or twice, and then the things that blow up is all the superior stuff and the Sweetwater stuff. It's like, oh,
yeah, it's like the more expensive the item is or the rarer it is, it always
yeah.
seems to be
Harder
the
to
hardest to
replace
crit.
the
Yeah,
higher the boom
it's
chance.
like rigged. There's something going on, I bet.
It's like with your potential, right? You roll every single 3-line for all the other stats, and then yours is never
Yeah.
there. Or you roll. How many times have you seen that? Like 2 lines of dex and 1 line of defense or something.
Oh my god, the defense lines kill me.
It's so triggering.
I see them all the time. But yeah, I'm at this point. I'm like unfazed by the defense lines. I just keep rolling.
Yeah, you've been there, done that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There's nothing else that's like glaringly missing. Oh, you have a 20% crit on your inner ability. Did you have that last time as well?
No, I changed my inner ability completely. So I ended up, or the last, I don't know when exactly, a couple months ago, I ended up rolling the 20% crit rate, which is like the first line I should be going for, or the second line. But
yeah, I know what you mean.
roll for the
Priority
second
line. Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually got it pretty cheap. It was like less than 5 bill.
Wow.
Which
okay.
is a lot cheaper than what I've heard.
I've never seen a 20 before in my life, like on any character. I've seen one unique line ever for crit, and I accidentally rolled over it because it was a 15, and I didn't recognize it as a prime.
Yeah, I went from 20 boss to the 20 crit, and then I was able to roll the 17% boss damage fairly easily. I was like considering going for higher than 17, but I figured like even if I just get 20, it's a 3% difference. It's not that much.
Yeah, like one of the other options is like chaos rolls, but that's like super risky because you're gonna your crit is gonna die.
I don't think I would do that.
No, that's,
and then because I'm training now too, the meso line is pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Because usually the third line is throwaway anyway. The chance that you get anything useful there is very, very low. So the fact that you have 14% meso makes you make more money the whole way up, and you still got plenty of leveling to do. So it seems like a very, very solid inner ability. Most people be super happy with this one for sure.
Yeah, my rates are pretty good too when I'm training. I think with a Legion coupon, it's somewhere around 650 to 680 per hour.
Wait, so what is your functional IED at? Because
my IED is sort of something with familiars out. It goes. I've calculated a couple times, but not recently, especially with my familiar changes. With them out, it goes up to, let's see, I can't see. I think it's like 94, 95.
Is it the visual or the functional? Have you calculated
the visual? Yeah, I haven't really looked at the functional in a while. Yeah, so 94 with my familiars out. It's because I don't have any ID lines on like the emblem weapon or secondary.
Yeah, so have you checked like with the calculator what would be ideal for your emblem if you're gonna re-roll it? Would a line of IED be best?
I remember when I did check it the last time I did it, I think it did suggest 1 line of IED and 2 line of attack, at least for one of the 3 like equips.
Yeah, because I don't see your hyper stats. What are those at right now?
Oh yeah, I have 13 in IED right now.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to screenshot that. And then 12 boss, and then like 10 crit damage, 10 damage, the usual.
And how much?
The rest spread out.
How much did you have in crit rate?
0.
Because I think that's gonna be the min-maxy thing later. To work on your Legion. Yeah, is to work on your Legion to fill out your IED block. And then reset hyperstat points out of the IED block and into crit rate instead, so that your bursts can be a lot higher.
Okay.
for the vicious shot conversion. At that point, you probably need a calculator to really see the exact numbers because
Yeah, it's fine details
yeah,
for sure.
exactly. But I'm pretty sure the crit rate into the crit damage for your burst is going to make a bigger difference there than because those last
Okay.
2 points in hyperstat, that's like, is it like 80 and then 100 or something?
Yeah, it's very expensive.
Because it's 35 and then 50, or maybe like 75 and 90 or something like that, right? With 165 points, you get like a little bit of IED, but you could also get, I don't know how many lines, but that's probably like level 10 or level 9 at least in crit rate.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
know that
that's when
the
you
crit
fill out
rate does.
the Legion, yeah.
Mhm.
What's
Yeah,
the
my Legion actually is a little higher than that because I got my burning character done.
nice? Okay. So it's like 100 so it's like 60 higher or something like that.
Yeah, I'm at 6789 right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of. I hate to use my totems on these mules because I really want to be leveling my main right now. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like a balance I need to find.
Yeah. That's definitely or find a way to get levels that don't necessarily require you to train in maps.
Yeah, I
Certain
definitely haven't
bosses.
been too
Mm.
too good with that. Like I know I could be doing Zakum and Monster Park or whatnot on
Yeah,
some
you have your
characters
monster parker on your
levels.
main, right?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Yeah, so you can use the monster parker runs for extra exp on some characters for sure. Um, certain bosses that are good for experience is like kills Horntail, Empress, and Pink Bean. Give like a lot of experience, but they could also disproportionately take very long, of course.
Hmm.
So striking a balance there, but yeah, that way you would also not have to move your like your familiar your legion around because then they can just stick to boss damage and IED and then use that for those bosses.
True.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean the burns are most important, but yeah, other than that,
Yeah, I guess another thing would be my level 3 links get done, and then I
mm-hmm.
mean 8K Legion still seems like a scary thing to go for.
Yeah, everything.
So
Yeah,
I don't
40
know when
200.
that's gonna happen.
It is a lot of leveling for sure. You have a lot of coins though. What you can.
Yeah, I've
Oh.
been saving coins.
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Because I'm thinking you have
'Cause I
those level
figured
up
out
potions, right?
the 3 level up potions. What do you mean?
No, not those. The one in
Yeah.
the Legion store. I meant.
Oh, true. I could be buying some of those.
Yeah. I
They
mean,
do cost like a good amount though.
yeah. The lower level ones are okay. I think the highest one is like 300 or something. It does get kind of expensive.
No, yeah, it's 150.
Or 150. Yeah, 75, 110, 150. That's a half a level per potion. Um, yeah. Without a totem, so you're dedicating all your totems right now to your Wild Hunter.
At least, yeah, that is the plan. I
Mm-hmm.
used 2 totems to get to 200 on the mule there, but um, yeah. Other than that, I'd rather be using all my totems for training.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, once you get really slowed down on the main, or once you just don't feel like doing the main anymore, and you have totems left, then you can just start working level 3 links, I guess. But
Yeah.
with everything that you
Yeah,
already have, it's like disproportionately links and legion are gonna help you more, especially once you're done with the cubing and the star forcing that we
mhm.
talked about. You can definitely min max some more on flames once those things are through, and definitely pick up like the Abzo to CRA all like a little bit. But most of your stuff will be pretty much on point, and then the only big upgrade that you'll be able to make is in case you get like the will book and then you go crazy on flames there, or if you get the Papulatus mark and then you go crazy on flames there to transpose, or you save up for arcane. Like those are the only really big new upgrades that you can make.
Mhm.
And for arcanes, it's mainly going to be just save up droplets like crazy until Neo. Hopefully make a bunch of
Yeah.
them, and then hopefully get 1 or 2 drops until then, and then kind of figure out what you want to do, get everything to 17, and then kind of like jump it up to 18, up to 19.
Yeah, even at 17, I don't think. I guess it would be slightly better than 20 star up, so it's not much.
18 is about, if you have everything 18 on arcane, it's about equal to 20 Abzo.
Oh, really? So yeah, I'd have to even push 18 just to beat it.
Yeah, 19 Arcane beats 21 Abzo by a little bit.
Okay.
And then 20 is like quite a bit better than 22 Abzo, and then 21 and 22 is over that, of course. But yeah. Yeah, 20
Yeah, I was
high star
honestly
Abzo is
really
really good.
hoping for. Okay.
Yeah.
I was honestly really hoping for a new like set or like equipment set to come out with Neo, so
Yeah.
that like I don't have to go for the arcane stuff. Maybe by the time I actually do like reach the point where I'm transitioning to arcane or get closer to clear and black mage, there'll be a new set out and I don't actually need to go for arcane.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would definitely
Because
say
it's
this to
still
save up until
I
then,
don't.
because we'll have more info, right? We'll have the in 6 months,
Mhm.
once we get all this stuff, we'll have the winter up. We'll have the summer update for KMS, and we'll see if they, first we have to wait until January 28th, right, to see if they even come up with an equip set for Hotel
Yeah,
Arcus for the chosen Seren. Uh,
yeah, I kind of doubt it, but we'll,
yeah,
we'll
maybe it's
see.
an accessory. Maybe it's like a coin that will lead to being able to buy something later, but we'll have to wait until the summer until we can use it or something. Yeah, it'll be wait until then. But yeah, it's definitely good to look at KMS and to make that to factor in that into the decision. Because if you think, I think you get most things 21 to 22, get the potential in the flames right, like we talked about, and you have at least 20-star Abzo. I think if you work on your mechanics, the main thing above that is going to be like getting 1 or 2 Oz rings to really push your DPS.
Yeah, I think like so. I don't want to admit it, but an Oz ring would help me a
Mm.
lot. I just have no clue how to like. Haven't done any of that content. I
Yeah,
don't
I've
know.
done a bit, but yeah, there's definitely people who know way more about it than me as well. Yeah, for sure. And
And it's all a gamble too, opening the boxes, hoping for the right one.
yeah,
It's
yeah. Most
time
of the
consuming.
most of the boxes you get are low tier as well, so the chance of getting anything even remotely useful is basically zero.
Hmm.
And you kind of also want to use totems for that to speed it up as well,
Okay, I see.
or run with someone who's on Akana, because you can like duo.
Oh, I didn't realize you could like party the
Yeah, like
Oz
some
stuff.
maps you're alone, and then some maps you can have your partner there, and they can like affect the spawn, and you can do stuff together and stuff. Yeah, I'm also not 100% on how it works exactly, but there's also a Discord so that you tell people where you're running, because sometimes you could just end up in someone else's run if they're also just
Oh,
running.
for real?
Yeah, and then if you have like portals with numbers over them and stuff, and you have to like match, you have to like get a higher number than the number on that. But if you leave like a 5 or something, then the next person who comes in has like a very low chance of beating the map quickly, and then they can get kind of mad.
Okay.
So yeah,
I didn't realize there was all that to it.
yeah. There's like a Discord with like a whole guide. There's like a giant guide on Dexlist. Dexlist.com has like a huge Oz guide.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely worth going through. A bunch of the floors are pretty straightforward, but there's also a bunch of them that have like 1 or 2 things that if you just know those things, then it's a lot easier to do. Or like don't do these things or you'll get stuck, kind of, because it is kind of niche content. But yeah, a big ring is I would go for like or try to get a big ring over trying to like push your Abzo to 22, or to like prematurely go into Arcana and then maybe find out that a new equip set comes out and you're only going to be in this
Yeah.
set for like 6 months, and then you're going to have to jump again. Yeah, it's too much
Well, I
money.
think
It's for that.
by the time Neo comes out, and so like hopefully I am 265. At that point, I don't think I'd have enough droplets to go into full arcane, unless I get lucky with drops. But
Yeah, depending on how
like
much you
I'd still
farm
be,
with Arcana, right?
yeah. I mean, I'd probably still be in the process of like getting all the drop. Like I don't think I'd be crafting any of my arcane gear just yet,
Mm-hmm.
and I definitely don't think I'd be clearing like the bosses. I guess once I reach 265, I could start practicing like black mage and stuff. But even then, I don't know if I'll be strong enough to
Nah, there's too much damage
actually.
reduction. The last 2 phases are
Even I.
275.
Oh, okay.
So you're only doing
Yeah.
half your damage at 10 level difference. I don't think they take... They've only taken one person, I think, under 270.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm just saying as like a practice, like to start practicing. Not
actually, I think there
actually.
was one guy at 265 who went in because he was like some Hayato who was
You just
uber
kept
duper
hanging.
strong, and he was still capping at 10 levels below because he was just so crazy
Okay.
strong because they have no lines, right? Um, but
Yeah.
and I think there was a Kana in there that was like 42k stat or something. But everyone else,
Okay.
I think they go at least for like 270, 272, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's sort of what I expected, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I kind of don't want to go into arcane gear, but if that's what I have to do, it's just is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you still have some upgrades to make for sure, so you have a little bit of time to really decide that. But yeah, droplets are probably
Hmm.
gonna be more big, like a bigger priority at this point, maybe than than money. So if you're like on the Kana, maybe you even prioritize drop gear over meso gear, just so you can get more droplets in, something like that.
Yeah, that is like another thing.
Because you'll make a lot
And
of
because
money
of
as well,
where
right?
I'm, yeah, because of where I'm farming, I'm only really getting the stone origin
Yeah,
droplets.
which is good. Then you can just get the weapons from that side, right? And then
Yeah, the weapon and shoulder, right? But
exactly. Yeah.
everything else would have to come either from drops or the other arcane river droplets.
Yeah, but
So
it
I guess like,
it sort of evens out, right? Because of how much more expensive the weapon is.
hmm it's just in terms of getting those arcane river droplets, I'd have to spend a lot of time on my Kana
Yep.
farming.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, and then after that, it's probably gonna be gone, right? So
Yeah, it'll the new meta will be to just level a bunch of 275s, training
yeah,
Arcana or
yeah,
something.
just go for full 10k Legion and then move on to 11k Legion, and then
Yep. Which yeah, I don't really want to be leveling other characters to yeah, to 250. Sorry.
yeah. I mean, you could go for 275, but that would be
Yeah, no,
that'd be quite
I
a
think I
push.
said 275, but I'm at 250.
Yeah. I mean, 250 is good. 275 is gonna be like the new 250. Level cap up to 300 seems absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm surprised they did it so soon as well.
Yeah, and that the experience curve is that steep. It's quite
And
nasty.
I'm also sort of surprised they decided to make, or at least it seems like the new boss will be just as hard or harder than the Black Mage. So I guess they're just
Mm-hmm.
catering to the endgame players.
Yeah, they need the whales to keep pushing, right?
Yeah.
Need that money. That was good. Yo, thank you, Celst. Yeah, Ozrings. What else are we? Let's check my cheat sheet, see if there's anything I'm forgetting right
I
now.
think we sort of covered almost everything, not everything.
Yeah. Well, before you do your emblem, make sure you double check again, right, with the
Yeah, that's
with the
something I'd
simulator.
do for
Yeah.
sure.
Or throw everything into a big calculator anyway, because
Yeah, I tried to do that and I
Mhm.
just ended up giving up because it was, I couldn't like figure it out and I couldn't be bothered.
it's a lot of
I
work.
don't,
Mm.
yeah, and I don't necessarily care that much,
That much, okay, yeah. Because I would guess with your current IED that you probably want a line of IED, even with the familiars.
Yeah, I would imagine I do need some sort of ID.
Yeah,
Unless I go for, like, what is it? Level 3 link for Lu- uh,
Lumi.
Luminous and get, like, a little more idea or ID somewhere. But I think in general,
I'm pretty sure
another
you
line would
still.
help.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you still need it, like a 12.930 or a 40.99. And then fill out
Yeah.
your IED and Legion as well, and then that'll be 2 chunks of 40 hopefully.
Yeah, even if I did, or I put more of my Legion into ID, it'd probably be enough. I figured I'd like even out the boss damage. Right now I have it at 20%, 22% each for boss and ID.
Oh, true. Yeah, you even did
In
that like
terms of
that.
like the bonus.
Mm-hmm. Well, your boss is
So it's,
pretty high, right? So
yeah,
276.
it is. I think with my familiars out, it's 377.
Yeah, I would
And
move
then
the
with
Legion pieces for now. The boss one, let's fill out IED instead for now. I think that'll already increase your damage as well.
Okay.
And then once you get the line on the emblem, then take some points out of the hyperstat and then move that into critical rate instead to min-max for burst.
Okay. Yeah, I guess even with guild skills, I'm over 400%
Exactly,
boss,
because the guild skills are going to
is
pile on to damage even more. So the IED, because functionally, even if you're looking at like past Varus Hilla and you're looking at Black Mage and stuff, then functionally your IED you want to be over 98, probably 99 or close to it.
oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Because you're
Okay,
gonna
then
during your burst you're gonna have like 800% damage or something, so that you're gonna see some reduced returns there. So the IED is gonna.
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that then, or just move some of the boss damage over to IED.
Yeah, you won't really see the numbers change very much, but you just have to
Yeah.
trust the system, I guess.
Exactly. It's all part of the process.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing will be the Legion, yeah, but if you don't have a second PC, Kana to at least Kishin you a little bit and you're restricted to
Because
totems.
I do have another computer with a level 200 Kana, so
Mhm.
I used to Kishin myself and all my mules to wherever they're at now, but
Oh yeah, we
with
did. Okay.
then ever since the Kana changed where it's not 100% update on Kishin, I haven't bothered. Even though I know there are ways of getting 100% uptime.
Yeah, it's still kind of wonky. What I usually do
It's
is I
like
put
QA or whatever.
yeah, what I usually do is I put Kishin somewhere and then I just have pretty much stripped and then put the
Like level 1 weapon sort of thing.
yeah, exactly, and then put the character somewhere else just with the circle of suppression, and then just do that. And usually, well, at least in the higher level maps, right? If I'm doing this in Arcana or something, that usually already stretches the duration from anywhere from like 55% to like 75% uptime. And that's like with pretty minimal.
Okay.
But if you do that, if you're leveling, I guess if you're leveling a character in the higher level area, because if you have a 200 Kana, if you strip it, like as soon as you go to areas like 150, 160, 170 monsters, they're not gonna kill them that quickly if you have a low level fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they might be able
There
to.
still will be like a little bit of damage or EXP reduction, but it's not too much.
It's better than like nothing at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're looking at doing this on top of possibly farming on your Kana and on top of grinding on your main, right? So
Yeah,
this
it's
is a lot of
lot
hours.
stuff. I think in terms of priority, I guess it would obviously be training my main first, and then I'd rather farm on my Kana more than
Yeah,
the
now
Legion
that you still
stuff.
can. No, that makes sense, yeah. And then maybe in 6 months the Legion finally gets to take like a little
Yeah.
bit more priority once the Kana has to start training at a very high level area. You could also look at the Kana a little bit more and see if you maybe want to invest a bit more in the Kana so that when the change happens, the Kana can go to the higher level areas. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what your like arcane power and stuff is at, if you kept doing those dailies or not.
No, I think it's right around like eight or 900.
Yeah.
But
So for like
I'd
Asphera,
start
you'd want
doing some
900
dailies.
already. And if you want to go into Limina, you need like the 1300 rate. So maybe picking up the dailies back on the Kana could be a good idea to prep it into the higher level areas as well if you want to farm there later.
Mm-hmm. I guess for now though, on my Kana, I would for sure just get as many droplets as possible
Yep.
in the arcane or in the Arcana.
In
area.
Arcana, yep.
Even in Morass, I think some people are getting decent rates on certain maps.
Yeah, they've reworked some of them. I think a lot of people are like in the red map, right, with the red shadows. I think some people are there. And the bullies and the bully boulevard. Some of those maps.
Yeah.
You just follow the
Yeah, I'd
botters,
have
I
to
guess.
look into it.
Dance Hall 2 and 3 are full of bots. Yeah, exactly. And the Bully Boulevard has a lot of them as well. You could basically just channel surf and see where the lead bosses are, and then you know where the botters are. Yeah, Celis coming out is actually, that's a good point. Celis could be a good transition area for Canis as well.
Okay, I haven't taken a look at that area just yet, but
I think there's going to be a few maps that are interesting. Of course, we only know of like how it roughly ranks for KMS, but of course it could be very different for us because of the spawn increase. So, but that one is also going to drop the same. Just kind of that one's also going to drop the same droplets as Asphera. I wish they would like. I mean, now there's so many areas that drop the the will droplets and only a few that drop the lucid ones. Feels a little lopsided. I wish that Tenebris gave you like a droplet selector so you could choose which one you want.
Yeah, even if it dropped like at random one or the other, it'd be better than just
Mm-hmm.
strictly one droplet.
Yeah, I think so, because that's like where all the energy converges. So that's like, yeah, like lore-wise, I
Yeah.
could see how they could sell that it would drop both or either. You know, I mean, yeah, if they do either, but then both at half the rate, that would kind of still suck. I wish they would just, yeah, like just a selector, just like an arcane symbol selector.
Because even once they implement the change where you don't lose the XP on death, like especially for newer characters that weren't able to stock up on droplets, it'll be tough to go for
Yeah,
like 5-stat arcane.
well for sure, yeah. Unless they do like another round of making it cheaper or something.
Yeah, cheaper or like
Fewer.
increasing the drop rate some more,
Mm.
either for the droplets or weapons or gear.
Yeah, that's the thing that many people don't know. Like when Abzo first came out, the items were way more expensive, and
Yeah,
so we
I
had the
didn't
daily
realize that
quests,
until
but
someone mentioned it recently.
yeah, we had for the people in the chat, we had the daily events instead of the weekly. So you know, if you did it every single day, you could get the points a little bit faster. But every uh, coin to make every coin, instead of needing 20 items, you needed 50 in the beginning. And the items, I think the weapon was 10 coins, and all the other pieces were 5. So the amount of work you had to put in just to get Abzo. But comparatively, Abzo compared to whatever we were using before, compared to Fafnir, was way better, right? So it was night and day. Not as much because of the Star Force being kept at 15 back then, but then when, yeah, that was probably our biggest power creep ever though, when 15 to 25 Star Force came out, because that was nuts.
Yeah, and now you're stuck making the decision whether you want to go for like arcane or stay up. So because they are like pretty similar in terms of like
Yeah, the set bonus
stat
is
you
good.
can get out of them.
The total set bonus does add up quite nicely. Absolab set bonus.
Give me just 1 second, I'll be right back.
Yep. Because we're comparing like the 5 set, right? Is what most people end up going for.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, okay, that was really quick. So it's like 20 all stat, 40 weapon attack difference. It's not bad, and everything can get higher flames and everything, so that does account for something for sure.
Yeah, I think you end up going for, or you end up with a higher stat in the end because of the flames.
Mm-hmm.
Or quite a bit better.
Yep. Yeah, the attack might be about the same or maybe a little bit lower because of how
Yeah,
much
it's a
harder
little
it
bit
is.
less.
Yep. But there's already reduced efficiency in attack anyway because of how much you get, so it's fine. The 10 IED. Yeah, I think it'll be really cool to see if because I don't know if they'll do like more accessories, because if so, like which ones, like another pendant or something, because you got to look at this from KMS's point of view, right? Like they don't have Galax, they don't have Sweetwater, so there's a lot of stuff, like they're using Dominator pendants. Some people are using Mechanators in like endgame, you know, because they can't get a Source of Suffering strong enough, so it's like really, some slots are really lacking over there.
Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do next. Because they have the hard boss set, which is all the accessories, right?
Yeah, the bitch boss.
Yeah, but it's sort of
Bitch
like
boss
unobtainable for most people, and it's not necessarily better than like the Sweetwater or Colux.
No, yeah, but they don't have that to compete with, so it's like completely
Yeah,
standalone. Blackheart, Eye Patch, Spellbooks, Genesis Badge, Dreamy Belt. I guess they go for Dreamy Belts, right? Yeah.
yeah. Whereas, I mean, for us, the Dreaming Build's completely useless.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Even a 22 star, I don't think you use it.
Yeah, unless somehow I guess you can get like all, or at least most of the boss items, and maybe the side effects better than the Golux one.
Yeah, if you got like 6 set or something, and it's
Yeah.
65 all stats, 65 weapon and magic attack, 20 boss, 10 IED, 5 critical damage. That could
It's kind of insane.
be comparable, but then you need 6. So you need Eye Face, Pendant,
Yeah.
Belt,
And you'd probably also need to
pocket
go
item,
past 17 stars on all of them.
and the ring, and then the belt or the ring or the badge, one of those three. Yeah, and then you need to get at least, you probably need at least 19, but probably 20 to be, yeah.
Yeah, it's not really feasible for Reboot.
I think it's more reliable to get 22 on a sweet water than to get 19 on these pieces, I think. Yeah, that's a whole new world. We'll have to see if people get a lot more of these drops. But like I said to someone previously, like even if they double, I think we were talking about the Papulatus mark that time. Like even if they double the drop rate, which is a very significant increase, you'll agree.
Mm-hmm.
But people haven't gotten a Papulatus mark in over a year. I mean, that could still mean that you need 6 months to get it. So, increase doesn't really mean that much unless we have some kind of clue as to by how much.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for mine, so.
Yeah. You've been running since day one probably as well, right? You were ready?
Yeah, I've been running.
Or since day
Quite a
zero,
while.
because do you remember the false start with the release of Papulatus?
No, actually, this character I've only been playing for like 18 months.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember exactly. I just
I used to
remember.
play like when, like, I created this character when Reboot first came out, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I took a long break.
Because I remember the Papulatus was in the game, and then we were killing it, and then it was like, oh, it was only supposed to be released in 2 weeks, and then they disabled it again. So there was like 1 or 2 runs that you could get in before. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, 2 runs or 60 runs. I mean, if you still don't
Yeah,
have
I'm
the
looking
mark.
at my pap clears, and I have 56
No,
clears from.
so it's a little
No
over a
drop.
year. No, that's that's horrible. I think I was at a 1 in. I think I was at a 1 in 26 is what I was at. When I got my third one, I had like 78 clear or something like that. So yeah. Now I'm at 6, but I don't know how many runs I'm at because achievement stops counting after a while.
Yeah,
I wish there was some kind of overall counter that you could see like how many
I
boss
know.
has been cleared
Yeah.
in total and then how many times you've cleared it in total. So some kind of like ranking board. Not to see, if you beat everyone, but just to see roughly where you're landing with everyone.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it'd be too hard to implement either. Like you already keep track of most of that information.
Yeah, one of the easiest things that they keep track of that they should share is like when you have timers and you have to wait, they just tell you like, oh, you still have to wait, instead of telling me how long I have to wait.
True.
Like, you know how long it is because you're checking, so just tell me how much longer it is so I know. Like you can't use the guild skills yet because you haven't waited 24 hours. Well, is it 5 more minutes or is it 6 more hours? Like, let me know so I can plan around this. But
Yeah.
you have to keep like your own fucking captain's log to figure out when you join the guild. Make a mark in your calendar to be like, I can start using guild skills here. Like, that's stupid. Harris is at 92 runs, no pop mark yet. Feels good, man. I guess one thing you could do is you can pre-Star Force a pink bean mark if you
Sure, yeah, I could do that.
to 17, so you can transfer him right over. I mean, that's one small thing you can do, and maybe if you have like one of those 50% epots untradeable, you can throw that on to get epic potential. But that's about as much as you can do, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, we figured one more
that's
thing out to
pretty
do.
min-maxed.
Yeah, pretty. Well, I mean, you're at the point where that's
Yeah, I was
what
gonna
you're
say,
looking
I'm
at.
the
Yeah.
point where. Yep.
Well, just look at this ring a little bit more because it's a really nice ring. I think at this point
Yeah,
people start
I was pumped when I
unironically.
got that.
I think people start unironically going like black cubing on drop gear to go for like a bunch of double lines, so they can make more droplets and more nodes while they're training, that kind of stuff.
I think something. Well, when I'm training, I could probably use a little more drop rate, but
Yeah, because you don't have
I
your
run
set here.
100% miss though.
Yeah, you run 100 mezzo and then 4 drop or what?
Yeah, for or depends. If I have a spirit pendant,
Mm-hmm.
then it's 4. If not, it's 5 drop.
Right. Yeah, that's really annoying for me. Historically, all the characters that got double lines on anything was always on pendants, and then You switch to a Spirit Pendant, and then you lose 2 lines. That was rough.
Yeah. I actually don't have any. Oh yeah, I have the one double line.
Yeah, you must have one,
I'm like
right?
Kana, have a little bit more. Yeah. I don't.
We're not
Yeah, I
talking about
think I
that
could benefit
here.
for some more drop for training, but
Do you have the kind
I
of
guess it
treasure ring
just
still,
a
by the
drop.
way, or did you blow that
At
one?
Kana ring, yes, I do have it. I haven't Star Forced it past 17 yet.
Mm-hmm.
I probably should get around to doing that, but
Yeah,
I'm a
that would
little
be one of the
scared.
other things you can do. Is if you get another solid to 19 and transfer it over. Solid to 20 and then transfer it over to 19 Kana and then start from 19. Maybe get lucky.
Yeah, big maybe.
That could eliminate some of the risk, at least up to 19.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can gamble between that one and the reinforced. Reinforced first probably, because that one has backups. But yeah, we're talking like really high cost min-maxy things. I ended up with
Yeah, and
21 on
good for
those,
like
but
1 or 2 stars. I don't really know if it's worth it.
those stars are pretty big though at that level. I think,
Yeah, I've been stuck at the 400 Star Force mark for a long time now.
yeah, I think around 400 is not crazy to be stuck at though. That's when it starts getting pretty tricky. Like unless you're, some classes with a shield are like, oh, it's so easy to get 420.
Yeah.
They're just cheating. Because what is my? I think my earring is at 20, right? So a star is like 11 stat and 20 and like 15 attack. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still pretty good.
Yeah, if it's 3 items that get that, 30 stat, 40 attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it always adds up.
Yeah, because you're going a little bit more risky on those, so that you don't have to like risk it on Abzo, and then save for Arcane there instead.
Yeah, I think by the time I end up considering the Arcane thing, I'd have all my other gear pretty much done. So
Mm-hmm.
then
Yep.
it'll just be making the decision whether I push my Abso to 21 or 22 or
Yep.
convert.
Or hold out. Yeah, if you get 1 or 2 more drops, and you get some
Yeah,
drop
and it
plates.
could. Yeah, it could be at the point where even if I do go to Arcane, like I'm still not within range of like clearing the bosses. So it's better to just wait for maybe like a new set and go from the episode to new set or something.
Yep, that is possible for sure. Because I think if you go 5, 10, 15, 17 to 19, like on Abzo, right? Let's say you aim for 19, Arcane, I mean. You safeguard up to 17. Like the average boom is still pretty low. 0.3
Okay.
from
Yeah,
17
that's
to
pretty
19.
low. It's just like the star forcing cost is absurd with Arcane.
Yeah, it's like, like the
Like
median cost is 6 bill,
per
average cost
star.
10 bill to gain 2 stars. Yeah. Yeah, I know it
Yeah,
gets
that's
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
And if there's any new gear, it's going to be level 220, right? Because they don't want you to transfer hammer it over.
Yeah, it'll definitely just keep getting more and more expensive.
So I don't know if they have like a formula for this, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to get any better. Looking at 13 bill to get from 17 to 19.
Man.
It's getting pretty. Wait, let me just like theory craft how much this would be for like 0 to 22, not star catching, during a 5, 10, 15.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, one unlucky guy spending 770 bill, 670 bill, 19 booms. Oh,
Hopefully they reduce the cost of Star Forcing
a
soon.
little bit. I mean, it is lower in KMS, but yeah, these are some. Whew. These are some spicy numbers. What about like? Wait, 21 would be a lot more palatable, right? Okay, that's a lot better, but still a lot. I mean, we'll be able to
Yeah,
hold on
I
to
mean,
100 bill, so it's an easy 2 to 3 items per
that's
inventory.
that's like 60 hours worth of farming for one item, just in terms of meso.
Yep. Well, it's
Like
going to be
at least
more.
the rates I've been, yeah. I mean, if you're averaging just about 50 bill, that's ridiculous.
Yup.
For at least for most people, it's not feasible.
No, well, that's why I've been
It,
for the longest time telling everyone just aim for 2021 Absol like as your end game stuff at the
yeah,
highest.
yeah, that was always sort of my plan, but now that I do sort of like want to push the bossing content,
Mhm.
at least like I want to give it a shot and see if I can get strong enough to at least try that content.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think now it's way more feasible to do like 17 or 18 Abzo maybe. Get ready for hard bosses, and then from there on out do
Yeah,
like focus
I'm not
on
sure.
Arcane.
I'm not too sure what the requirements are for like Chaos Gloom and Chaos Dark now, but I think I might be able to join a party running those because I can solo both of them
Yeah, I think if you could solo
fairly
them, you could
easily.
definitely start applying and like doing a run, and then just seeing how far you get. I think that's much more uncharted territory. So you're kind of just going off of how just like an attempt, and then just see how far you get. I guess makes
Yeah,
more sense. I think.
because the Wild Hunter burst isn't. It's not too impressive, but
Mm, it
I've
can be good,
managed.
right? If you get lucky with the
Yeah,
Jagras.
it's kind of RNG dependent, and my best BA so far was 7.8 trill. Just like still pretty good
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I think as far as
for
was
four
that
to
in the
five
well
K
of
spec.
Aqua though? Where did you?
No, no, it wasn't. It wasn't in the well. There was another like a little spot where it's rigging the RNG a little bit.
Okay, okay, yeah, a little bit. All right, that explains why.
Yeah,
Because that was a bigger number than I was expecting, honestly. For
I think if I'm doing my burst for Vihela, I think I hit right around 6.5 to 7 trill within 40 seconds. But that's including domain and all the different party buffs
yeah,
and
I
stuff.
don't know how high I hit with any of that. I've never really checked those, so I don't really have anything to compare that with.
Hmm.
Don't know if that's really good or bad, actually.
And I guess another comparison could be for GPQ. I ended up doing right around like 55 trill
Mm-hmm. And that's
per
with
run.
is it like a split domain party?
Yeah, the party I
Benediction.
run with, or the door I run with, it's well, the domain is it only affects the party, I'm pretty sure, but
Mm-hmm.
we also have sometimes there's like a battle mage, sometimes there's some other class
Oh
that
yeah.
gives some party buffs.
Okay. Yeah, my arc is
Yeah,
at
so there is a
80.
battle mage, and then every party in the door has a Kana.
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
then I'm the Wild Hunter giving Sharp Eyes and the
Right.
other party
Mm-hmm.
buff I have.
Yeah, for comparison, my arc I think there's like 83. I think in a guild. I guess it depends a little bit
Okay,
on how
that's pretty
quickly
good.
it depends quickly
Yeah,
on
it
you
is.
get in there.
There are some like errands, but that like 80 trill. That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, I have a party with like benediction. Like we've got a bishop, we got a kana, and we got a um the other one, third
Okay,
one, the shade with
all
the
the
split.
buffs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah,
disproportionately, I
my
do
door
more damage.
doesn't.
So
Yeah, naturally. Yeah, my. Oh yeah, I'm in a party, or my door. It's pretty much all Night Lords and all heroes. So
I see.
no shade.
Well, you can use it now because they switched the shade buff for Guild PQ. It doesn't split anymore, but it just does
Oh, it
the
doesn't
regular.
split anymore.
No, because I think it was giving too unfair of an advantage to some classes over others, so they
Oh,
equalized
okay, I
it.
see.
It counts him as a stationary boss now, even though he can technically move. So if you add a shade to that, that might still work. I don't know how big that party is, but could be worth testing, seeing if that damage goes up.
All right, I think we've sort of covered everything, so I'm
Yeah, I
not
think so too.
gonna take up any more of your time.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I think so too. So
Yeah.
I guess we have the order. I
Yeah,
mean,
I came into this with like a good idea of what I wanted to do, and
hmm
you helped sort of get
reorganize it a
everything
little bit.
organized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hope you get
Yeah.
lucky with the emblem, man. You don't end up having to spend like 80 or something, something crazy like that.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah, I think this is a nice 6-month update as well from the last time we talked.
Yeah, definitely a
Lots of gains.
lot of stuff is like finished or very near finished. Yeah, looks
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and compare.
Yeah, we could do
Once
it side
again,
by
video,
side.
see.
That'd be something. All right, yeah. Well then, I wish you best of luck,
Yeah, thank you so much.
and I'll see you around.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Yes, you too. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Damn, what a nice guy. Right, he's made a lot of progress. If you guys look back for Wild's gear account progression or gear progression, for Wild Hunter, that's gonna be a long time ago. But yeah, so he says about 6 months ago. So look back for that one if you want to. You can see how much progress he made in the last 6 months. But this is looking really fresh. Lots of good stuff in there. I guess we didn't talk about min-maxing this, but pretty sure he has all the ones you want on there. He moves around a lot. Probably uses the Adele. Familiar's looking really good, but you know, he was able to pre-make a bunch of those. What is the fuck? But yeah, Legion definitely has room for growth, but yeah, I totally get it. If he wants to power level his main and he has the ability to farm now, and in 6 months from now it might be pretty insecure there, then it makes more sense to throw the totems at that instead of wasting his totems, quote unquote, wasting them on his other characters to build his Legion. So if you like this progression session and you would like one of those yourself, make sure you check the description of the video, and you could be talking to me one-on-one sometime soon, and we could be looking over your account. If you want to talk about anything else, like a specific boss fight, or you want to talk about just your gear, or just anything in the game, or anything relevant you want to talk about, that's possible too. Just let me know. Connect with me through Discord, and we'll set something up. Thanks for watching.